Hello everybody, this is WarriorDan. Hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another episode of What is the Point of? And today we will be taking a look at Occupy White Walls. Developed and published by Sticky Pixels. That sounds like an inappropriate name there. Occupy White Walls is an online virtual sandbox where the player can attempt to build and curate the ultimate art museum. I make the distinction here between online and MMO, as unlike most traditional MMOs, the server capacity for Occupy White Walls is fairly limited, capping I believe at about 30 or 32 players. I'm basing this off of the player capacity for the in-game central hub created by the developers. While I can't actually prove that individual user-generated servers aren't able to hold more than that amount on their end, it seems doubtful that the developers would limit their official in-game hub to hold less players than the average individual player servers do. So if you were hoping to have your entire Twitch chat all join you in your personal art gallery, well, you're kind of out of luck. Upon starting the game, you'll be immersed in a rather lengthy tutorial that teaches you all the crucial controls and gameplay mechanics of the game. After this point, roughly 20 to 30 minutes into playing, the game will effectively remove the training wheels and allow you to take full control over building, well, at least in theory, whereas in fact from here on out, things get a bit more complicated. As you continue to deck out your art museum, or frankly any kind of structure you want, you will gradually attract visitors. Generally AI players who will wander around and admire your handiwork for a few minutes, before quietly yet dramatically disconnecting in an explosion of paint that will briefly stain the surfaces around them, before the paint likewise eventually disappears. Every time a player or AI joins your server, you will collect a small attendance fee from them, which will automatically appear on whatever desk or desks you've set up in your server. This form of currency visually reminds me of the Star Wars currency simply referred to as credits. Except here, yes, credits will do fine.
Republic credits are no good out here. I need something more real.
I don't have anything else, but credits will do fine.
No, they won't.
Credits will do fine.
No, they won't!
I'm not really bothered by the visual similarities, but as a Star Wars fan myself, I just couldn't look at these glowing credits and not think back to episode 1. Anyway, for the sake of avoiding the wrath of the infamous House of Mouse, I'm gonna get back on point. The gameplay itself is tastefully simple, with a healthy mix of open-ended building and an integral social component, but one that doesn't feel inherently intrusive for those preferring a strictly single-player experience. This personally feels fairly reminiscent to the earlier days of Minecraft, years prior to the Microsoft takeover, back when single-player was just as popular, if not slightly more popular, than multiplayer, back when the two modes coexisted in harmony. I am a bit bothered by the lack of a free building or a creative mode implemented here in the game. The constant delays to pick up money, or wait for money to appear from AI or human visitors, is eerily reminiscent of the tactics employed by the scummier among mobile games, mainly among the clicker-type games. And no, not the clickers from The Last of Us, but you know what I'm talking about. This is easily my most fundamental problem with the game. You cannot market your game as being this transformative platform, allowing people to bring their creations to life using nothing but their pure imagination, but then slapping them with restrictions so heavy that it effectively prevents them from acting upon that very proposition. I've spent over 20 hours so far in Occupy White Walls, and it is quite likely that in any other game with the exact same sets of tools, but without the same restrictions, I could have easily built everything you see in front of you in this gameplay footage in a mere hour or two, not 20. While playing in-game on any server, even in their own, players can freely chat with other players, moderators, and even some of the development team in a public global chat. And speaking as someone who usually avoids global chats because of how toxic the game's respective community usually is at any given moment, it was kind of surprising how welcoming the community at large was. Anytime I had a question or was experiencing an issue, or just wanted to talk with others, I was welcomed as if I'd already been part of the community for years. Overall, Occupy White Walls does offer a lot of interesting functionality and can serve as a great means of introducing many gamers to the vast and colorful world of art, exposing them to works and artists that they might not have ever otherwise had reason or interest in looking up for themselves. And any game that manages to teach or enlighten the player about something without inherently being preachy about it, or otherwise interfering with the player's ability to otherwise enjoy the game, is always a plus in my book. If only the game did a better job of rewarding and promoting creativity, instead of punishing it with constant never-ceasing timed cooldowns like an over-restrictive mobile game. And that is where I'm going to be wrapping up this video for today. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below, and if you want to see more game review videos like this, please do hit that subscribe button down below, and opt into getting notifications notifications so you can be among the first to know when a new video goes live. Because with YouTube, there's no other guaranteed way that you're going to be able to see any of the content that you've actually subscribed to. At any rate, this is WarriorDan signing out. Stay awesome everybody, and peace out.